Adonai Mitchell, he's found himself in the gray area of this wide receiver class as he's ranked somewhere between the top 5 and top 8 guys. He had a 71.9 offensive grade, 16.0 yard average depth of target, a 1.8 drop percentage, which was 4th lowest in the FBS, 36.4 contested catch percentage, and he only forced 6 missed tackles. His stats present a mixed bag of strengths and weaknesses. The question is, are his best traits good enough to make him a first-round pick? Do they make him an impact player in the NFL? That's what we're going to figure out today. We're going to break down his game trait by trait and figure out if your favorite team should pick this guy. Let's start off with his release and footwork. You wouldn't expect a 6'4 receiver to be this smooth off the line. Adonai can consistently beat press with his footwork and lateral agility. On the inside slant here, the DB is in man coverage using the outside boundary to his advantage, meaning that Mitchell will need to work extra hard to win the inside. Adonai uses tempo off the snap, leans outside and attacks with his outside leg before using his hips to counter back to the middle of the field. His footwork is polished and you'll never see unnecessary steps from him. Seems like an area of his game that he spent a lot of time developing. Even against top defensive backs, his movement stands out. His feet are super quick and purposeful. He also keeps his hands up ready to deflect any kind of attacks from the opposition. His quick shift and momentum to the outside gets the DB off balance, which again gives Mitchell the inside as he completely turns around his defender. Being able to create separation quickly off the snap is probably the most important trait for a wide receiver, and this ability leads to success in the red zone. Against Kool-Aid McKinstry, Mitchell notices that he's backing off from press, giving cushion, so he skips towards the defender, threatening him with his forward momentum before jumping into a split step and speeding up his feet to 1,000. If you don't get hands on him, it's extremely difficult to shadow Mitchell's movements. This also leads to him having impressive route running. He does a great job of always attacking defenders head on when he's facing off coverage. This makes it harder to anticipate the direction of his break. It limits the space the defender has. Mitchell displays this on a deep post here. As he reaches the 10-yard mark, he begins to slow down like he's turning, which gets the corner to flatten his feet and shift his momentum forward. This allows Mitchell to easily blow by him. Deep curl here versus Kansas. On paper, a curl route is pretty simple. Just run straight for about 10 yards, drop your hips, and come back to the quarterback. But like with any route, top receivers can run it 100 different ways. So what Mitchell does here forces the corner to be on his toes, reacting and not anticipating. From the tight split, Adonai first releases outside, then back up the field. Then he goes in and out as he toys with the defender's blind spot before quickly coming to a halt and giving his QB an open throw. Again, he always moves with purpose. Here he's running an out route. I gotta say the Texas offense was very well synced this year, and I think the coaches got the best out of Adonai when needed. They run a wide zone play action, and as the QB fakes the pass, Mitchell goes from attacking inside like a blocker to then dropping his level and twisting outside. So this is schemed up well, but you need a smooth-hipped receiver like Mitchell to execute a route like this. This is where coaching and talent come together. Now looking at contested catches. His contested catch rate wasn't great at 36.4%, but I think there is potential in this category. If he puts on some muscle at the next level, he could become tough to stop with the ball in the air. He has a big frame, he's solid at locating passes, and has very good hands. Go route versus Alabama, 1v1 versus McKinstry. Mitchell does well to create some extra space on the sideline with his strength, flashes his late hands, and snatches this ball out of the air. And if you combine contested catch ability with his release and route running, you get a touchdown machine in the red zone. Too shifty, too tall. He gets the corner off balance here. Adonai keeps the defender on his inside shoulder so that he can posture up against him and use his hands to fight for space. But once the ball's in the air, he separates, twists, and catches it away from his body. He created a nice throwing window with his length. And like I said, his hands are great. He had a bottom 5 drop percentage as he was only credited with 1 drop on 86 targets. He can make the easy catches, but he can also extend his arms and bring down passes away from his core. He has good body control and a great catch radius. Now to his weaknesses, and there aren't really any glaring issues with him. I would say it's reasonable to question his toughness/effort at times. On his tape, you'll see some plays where it seems like he's not running his routes at 100% speed. Even if he's not the main target, you'd like to see him give his best attempt to at least keep the defense honest. Is this something that happened an alarming number of times on his tape? No, but it's still something to keep in mind. And as a run blocker, he doesn't show effort consistently. Even though he's a big wide receiver, he's still more of a finesse guy. He doesn't love physicality. His grittiness and competitiveness can improve as a blocker. Overall, Adonai Mitchell has a lot of potential. He has excellent size and length, good speed, very quick feet, and great change of direction ability. His releases are polished, and he can consistently win early on in plays. He can run any route you need him to. He has nuanced stems and knows how to attack a corner's weak points. He moves with purpose and doesn't waste steps. He's comfortable catching away from his frame. He has reliable hands and has good body control to adjust to passes. Mitchell should put some muscle onto his frame to better deal with physicality at the next level. His straight line speed is solid but not great, and he has average yards after the catch ability. He needs to show better effort as a blocker and be more willing to engage with full force. Overall, he has all the tools to become a star receiver. I think after a year or two of adjusting to the NFL and adding some size to his frame, he could be a top guy. I would be surprised if he doesn't go in the first round, and if he has a good combine, he could go as early as the teens. He's got a strong case to be a top 5 wide receiver in this class. So those are my thoughts on Adonai Mitchell. Let me know what you think about him in the comments and who you want to see in the next video. That's all from me, and I'm out.